Everyone, how are you doing? Welcome to another video. This is the Demoscene Report for the month of July 2023, part 3, because there are a lot of things Demoscene happening in the month of July. A very packed month full of different demo parties. A lot of news also came out, so I had to do three videos on this month in particular. If you're new to this format, I round up all the news and highlights from the demo scene from the past month, and I cram them all to this video so you can check out everything that I will mention are on the description below. So all the links are ready to there, and there's also a playlist with all the demo scene productions that you can check. If you want to see a preview of them before running them on the real hardware, you can check out the YouTube playlist for that as well. Without further ado, let's get into the first item that we have on our agenda for this video today, and we're going to start with the top of the month, switching things up a little bit from the usual format that we have, and taking a look at the most upvoted releases from Puet, one of the biggest Demoscene portals. You can see that Replay from SMFX was #1 on this previous month. They took a while to release the final version of this. There was no even party version released. You could only see the video on the live stream captures from SummerHack. I did manage to see the video, so I did know that the demo was good, but they wanted to fine-tune it even more. Finally put it out, and everybody really thumbed it up and gave it a good support. So good demo for the Atari, getting first place there as the most worthy to check out release of the previous month. Some releases from Nova as well, some releases from Posada, some stuff still from At Party, I believe, as well, I can see there. So yeah, a lot of different releases, check them out if you can. Some stuff already from Evoke already creeping up on the list. Next item on the agenda that we have for you today is the Demoscene related media that came out. There were quite a few that I already talked about on the previous video of this 3-part series dedicated to July, but let's take a look at a few more that were released since then. First, there was a call for this Art Biennale. They had a call for digital works, and they approached the Demoscene Discord asking if people were interested in submitting something. The theme is Black Hole. You only have a couple of days to release this, the submission form. Deadline's on the 9th of August. So yeah, if you have any production that was about black holes or somehow related to black holes, you would like to see more eyes on it, please consider submitting to this Art Biennale, and they will hopefully select it and show it and give it a little more stage. Then cables.gl got an update. This is the June update, but the mailing list was a little bit old. It does contain all the important information about what new things happened in cables.gl. They have a Patreon now that you can use to support the project. It's been free for a very long time now. Ever since the start, I believe. The new changes that happened on the editor, the way to collaborate. You can also do some collaborative editing now as well. So all sorts of different things. Cables.gl is used a lot from some different Demoscene people to do demos targeting the web platform. So it's one of the most used engines, I would say, for web platform development in terms of Demoscene productions. So yeah, definitely check out the news and updates, especially if you use cables, obviously. Then we had a mixtape released by TRiACE, especially dedicated for Evoke, that took place on this last week of July. Did a special mixtape focusing on Amiga and 4-channel music that was released at Evoke throughout the 25 years of existence of the party. Do check it out. 30 minutes of good 4-channel music. If you are a Pico 8 developer and you don't like the tools for making sound there, Module 8 was just recently released by Moonshine. So yeah, now you have more tools that you can use to make sound for the Pico 8. Still talking about fantasy consoles, but shifting into the TIC80, which is another fantasy console known for being open source. Rift just released this mulTICcolor tool that they had, a conversion script pretty much that takes an image and converts it into an image that you can use on the TIC80 with a small thing that this tool in particular focuses on converting images for using multicolor tricks. So not just using the default 16 color palette, but changing the palette and changing the palette per scan line, so you can have multiple amount of colors and get better images displayed on the TIC80. They use the technology on the demo that they did for Evoke, and they released it online shortly after. So check it out, especially if you want to do some more TIC80 development. Then we had a good interview with noby of Epoch and Prismbeings. Noby is a very talented Demoscener, has been active for 15 years, I think. Maybe not that much, maybe 10 years, something like that. It's relatively newcomer compared to the old farts that are out there, but he's already like a modern classic. He's been known for his 4K development, also very good audio producer. So and yeah, very good interview. Check it out. Setsuko from 6 Octaves does great work in terms of interviewing different Demosceners. She has done many interviews throughout the years, and I highly recommend, if you haven't checked the different interviews that she did, you should definitely check them out as well, not just noby's interview that was recently released. What else? We have FairLight TV released this new video focusing around the C64 tape cracking. Bacchus gives you a rundown on how to crack tapes on the Commodore 64. Also recently released and slightly touching on the Demoscene is another episode of Jack Resider's Darknet Diaries. I already talked about this podcast before. This episode in particular that just came out talks about modding consoles, and it talks briefly about the different cracking and wares groups that used to be famous on particularly on the PlayStation and those early consoles. They talk about the stories behind it, or some of the stories behind it, more cracking oriented obviously than the Demoscene is usually about, but they do mention briefly the Demoscene there. And that's it in terms of Demoscene related media that we have for you today. Let's quickly move on to out of compo releases that we had this month. There are not that many, just a couple, because it's only the last week of the month. So colorTunnel by 42 Bastion released for the Atari Jaguar. Then we had a crazy PD Chronicle for the Amstrad CPC, a disc mag of all things, keeping the CPC scene active. Party pack number 11 by Artstate. They said that they were done doing art packs, but party packs, demo packs, but apparently they still did just one more. That's how they get you. So yeah, if you have an Amiga, you like to see the productions that were just recently released for Amiga, this is the party pack that you can download and have all the entries there ready to play. What else? Oh yeah, this was just released today. 76 Rastersplits. They talk about some tricks using FLI, and they explain it how it's made. So if you are hardcore Commodore 64 geek coder, you might really appreciate this little intro that it was just released recently. And that's it in terms of productions that were released outside of compos. Let's quickly take a look at some compos that happened. First we have the Blender competition, which is not the 3D modeling tool that you would think. This concept of Blender is picking up different keywords, throwing them at you, and you have 24, 48 hours to do your entry. Most of it is text art, as you can see, ASCII and ANSI, but you can also submit other kinds of stuff. There was someone who submitted like a video animation, stop motion animation of thing. The keywords for this in particular was Godzilla, skyscraper, and playing chess, and you can see the results here. Different entries by different people. I want to show you just a couple more. So yeah, keeping the ASCII and ANSI scene active is always cool. And this was just like the compo happened just a few days before I released the previous video. I was hoping the pack would have come out by then, but it did not. But you know, it's featured here. So, and if you're interested in this concept of giving a framework, giving a couple keywords and making something, check out the website where they organize it, and also the community. I think mostly active on the 16 Colors Discord. So yeah, check that out as well. And we had a couple of other parties happening. Unfortunately, no releases from B, number 4. It was announced, it happened, no releases available. Also, ADN at Atari Demoscene Nancy did not have any releases out yet. Not sure if anything happened or not. So let's talk about Euskal Encounter, which is badly spelled here. It's missing an N, but we get what you get. Euskal, mythical party from Spain, happening in the Basque Country for many years, since '94. Originally an Amiga party, changed a little bit, became a LAN party, a massive LAN party, over 6,000 people, but they still keep the digital art competitions active and the Demoscene section still active. There were quite a few more other compos that are not listed here. You can check the full results up here and you will see there are quite a few compos missing, but these are one of the main, I want to say the main Demoscene ones, but that's wrong because there were quite a few others. They just have not added everything to DemoZoo yet. But the demo competitions and the game competitions and the intro competitions, the entries are all here. Not that many, unfortunately. You can see that Pantufla Software won the open demo comp with an Android demo, of all things. Purple Studios won got second place with an Amiga demo, and then on terms of intro, Software Failure won with an Amiga intro as well, and Pantufla Software in the second place. So you can see it's pretty much the same names that just go there. So unfortunately, Demoscene presence in the Euskal is not what it used to be, but at least there are still some Demoscene presence there and some Demoscene releases. So definitely check out the results. And if you go through the scene.org directory, you can see all the other competitions there. So you can see a lot of different compos that took place at Euskal. So do check them out if you're interested, in graphics, in music, and that kind of stuff. Moving on to the next party that we have to cover, we have Evoke, the mythical Evoke, happening in Cologne, as always. Let's take a look at the entries that we had. One of the news that happened this edition of Evoke was the 256-byte intro compo. Super Rogue made a strong presence, insistence to the organizers to organize it. He helped secure a lot of the entries. I also submitted an entry there as well. 14 entries, so pretty successful compo overall. The winner was Pharos by Marquee Design for the WebAssembly, micro W weight, yeah. And in second place, Pellicus with some 3D thing in the TIC 80. Napalm with an MS-DOS entry getting third place. Alcatraz also did something. A lot of people submitted entries. 3D Scene compo that traditionally is always the same people. We do see a couple of new names here, which is cool to see. The quality is pretty decent. Darkwing Duck there should have placed higher in my humble opinion. Ollie doing a pig, Oni with this very cool robot, and the winner was Luisa with this On the Trail of the Holy Grail entry. So good quality compo, just sad there is no more external presence from the 3D community at large, besides the Demoscene people. Alternative platforms competition was quite very strong as well. 11 entries, as you see. A lot of diversity in terms of different platforms. PlayStation, Amiga, Commodore 64. A lot of different stuff. I especially liked the Nintendo 64 demo because it was using video, and you don't really see video in Nintendo 64 demos that much, so it was very interesting, had a very cool aesthetic to it. They also had an internal Nordlicht invitation competition, apparently, because they had 3 Nordlicht invitations throughout the whole party. I don't get the point of that, but you know, to each their own. Apparently, K2 and St. Vincent and Titan won that compo. They got second place with the 3DS demo that they did. In first place, Violet Vibes by Abyss Connection won the competition. Also worth mentioning the Rebels intro for the Amiga, and yeah, the TIC 80 demo by Rift, which was also a very solid demo. Freestyle graphics competition, also very good quality. I'll show you the top 5. Homo, very good entry. Likan, very good graphics work, pencil work. Prince of Neoplasia and the Obsessive Maniacs getting third place. Second place, Titus of Rabenok. He seems to be using the pixel artwork palette, so maybe he had an idea and he ended up submitting it to the freestyle graphics instead of the pixel art palette. And in first place, Oni. Amazing world building that he has, like the concept art, it's just so on point. Really cool stuff. So yeah, congratulations, Oni. Take another freestyle graphics compo home. Interactive compo is mostly dominated by some games, references to the Pets mode, doing this LGBT-friendly variation on Lemmings. Rise of Godzilla, I didn't really understand the game. The visuals look good. The game was just, what? But the presentation was also pretty good, so I can understand the placing because of that. And in first place, we had Worms VBI, which is a version of Worms running on an Amiga under teletext. So Losso of Attention Horror has been developing this technology to play. He's obsessed with teletext, apparently, and he wanted to have Amiga playing teletext or broadcasting teletext, sending teletext, being able to transmit teletext. He did a workshop, well, not a workshop, talk at Evoke presenting this. So I already knew the tech before I saw this entry. And yeah, a lot of effort went into this. And yeah, now you can play Worms on teletext from an Amiga because you can. So yeah, that's the true Demoscene spirit there, like finding a ridiculous problem and finding a solution for that just because you can, because you have too much free time. So let's take it over the top. MP3 OGG music competition was won by Tio, second place by Core, third place to Dipswitch. Then the one screen Ashi and Nancy compo for the Amiga was won by Skin with his Evoke Alien. Really cool image there, really like it. Second place for Anachronist, third place for Zainer with his Metal Impact logo. One screen Ansi and Ashi compo goes out to Portugal, actually. Harvest of Lazarus with his owl, really cool. Oni getting second place with a pig, and then Nail and Tainted X with a mother getting third place. Really high quality on this compo, so really good compo. A lot of good entries. Okay, moving on to the PC 4K intro competition. 5 entries only. This was one with LJ with a really good entry. He did both the music and the graphics. Really very moody, very well directed, I want to say. So congratulations, LJ, and very much looking forward to see more entries from you. Like, I mean, LJ is already a legend in terms of 4Ks and 8Ks. And he just did another masterpiece here with Kentsugi. Second place for Two Nuance, mixing a little bit of disco and synthwave feelings together. And then third place for Epoch with this pipe 4K intro for Linux, all things. I like the mood of this entry a lot. Very black-white, very still, very slow moving. They kind of have to move it slow because of the path tracing. They can't really have too much speed on things. Otherwise, you would notice the artifacts a lot more. But I think they really explore the limits of the of path tracing and made a really good intro out of this. So congratulations, Epoch, on the third place as well. PC 64K compo, I was surprised to see 4 entries. Wasn't expecting to see a 64K compo at Evoke at all. Fourth place with some bombs from Laboratoire Prout. Then LNX, some French people as well, doing another real-time entry. LNX has been quite active in the demo scene for quite a while and now, but they haven't been doing real-time entries that much lately. So it was cool to see them active again. Getting third place with La Boue Magique, and then first place shared between Inc. and Rebels. So yeah, congratulations to both for keeping the 64K platform alive. In terms of PC demo competition, quite a healthy compo, 13 entries overall. A few fillers, but overall it's a pretty solid compo. Really liked Mulberry Plains by Potati for the visual aesthetic that it had. Hydra, MFX delivering as usual. Fast made entry kind of showed, was missing like a climax for me, but very good one-trick pony overall. Cookie Collective representing with TRiACE, Difty and Neon submitting a really cool stylish demo. 10 Circles by Blinry and Winnie Hell. I like the minimalism in it. I didn't like the music that much, but a lot of people really loved the entry, so definitely check it out. Gaspod with his usual attention to detail and syncs and transitions, so a very good demo as well, using Tool, developed by Still. Then Kamamarken by the Solaris agency, which had the highest what the fuck surprise element of the party place. Very fun demo. You probably get more out of it if you understand the German, but it's a joke demo. Reminisced me a lot of the Winner demo as well, and yeah, you can tell that the guys were having fun and just doing some stupid shit, and a lot of references to some memes outside the demo scene, Nyan Cat, as you can see here on the screenshot, but also the Gangnam Style and other stuff. So funny demo overall. Got some negative criticism because it couldn't be taken that seriously, and uses Go engine as well. Aquaverse by Caladox and Rebels, in my humble opinion, a worthy winner. The third entry on their series of doing these demos, follow up to last year's winner. I think it's a worthy follow up. It connects very well in terms of aesthetic and vibe and the sound, so you can definitely see that it's related. I wish it was a little bit longer. I wish he'd explored a few more ideas. It felt like very derivative from last year, but still a very solid demo, don't get me wrong. It's pretty good and worth checking out. I definitely enjoyed seeing it. And a lot of complex elements in it as well, both in terms of the music and the visuals. Pixel Graphics competition was won by Louisa with Into the Forest, which is not loading on DemoZoo, because people don't know how to upload things, apparently. Immortal Mortality by Amitak got second place. Summer Bee by Core, a little animation there. The Funk Phenomenon by Critical, very solid dithering work here by Critical. Could have easily have won the compo as well. Epics getting 5th place. 6th place, Jack in the Box. 7th place, Astral Attacks. Also very stylish looking antelope there. Rider on the Storm, Teddy Bear, Pillow Fight by Bala Koala. So yeah, a lot of cool entries. amazing image, this one by Duo. Looks so weird that it placed so low compared to some of the other entries. It's Chill-E-Voke with some very stylish stuff. Smoking Scrotum Sorcerer, and that's a mouthful. They Are Back by Jade as well, so a lot of good entries overall, very solid compo. The concept was a custom palette that you had to use, and you could only use these colors in particular. Track music compo with the Caribbean vibes theme was won by Bacter Genio and Sega Music. Second place from Citrix, who was visiting from Australia. Thank you for coming to visit the good old Europe, good old continent now and again, Citrix. And he got second place with Hello Sunshine. He also did a DJ set at Evoke itself, which was, I heard, was good. I could not see it because they did not live stream it. So yeah, that was Evoke. Hope you had fun. A lot of good releases came out. So yeah, definitely check it out if you have not yet so far. And one more party that I wanted to cover before we wrap up the video, and that's Graffathon. Graffathon is in Finland. It's usually targeting newcomers to the demo scene. They've been doing it for quite a few years, since 2014, you see here. And the concept is they gather newcomers of the demo scene, they explain the demo scene, they explain some basic tools for them to get started, and you have two competitions available. One if you already knew about the demo scene and are more a veteran of the demo scene, and another competition for the complete beginners. So this is a very good way to get started into making demos, to learn more about the demo scene culture, to meet other people who are also getting started into demo scene. And I wish we had more Graffathon-alike events throughout the rest of the countries, because most countries are focused on just the demo party, and this one is focused on demo party but for beginners, so that beginners feel more welcome, and they have, I believe they have a tight connection with the University there of Technology as well, to get the students to come down and you know, learn a bit more about the demo scene. So congratulations, you can see a lot of entries, which is really cool to see. 9 entries on the beginner compo, 9 entries on the advanced compo. Congratulations to Mito, Tunshun, and Zach for winning the competition with Gloom. I haven't seen it yet. It's for Java, apparently, probably processing. Fever Dreams by Theodosin for Linux, getting second place, and Pierre's Rapai by Ileska MZ and Ryuho getting third place. Koizako with I by LJP. So yeah, check out those demos if you want to see some beginner level entry stuff. In terms of more advanced, second place for Intrusive Thoughts by Magnetism Tieto Tekerno. And the first place for Recursive Template by Asgrafa Boys. So yeah, really solid submissions, really cool event. I wish there were more of them, but yeah, check out the entries. What else is there left to say? Upcoming demo parties, because there are still quite a few that are going to happen in the coming months. You know, summer is always very busy for the demo scene, and right now it's happening assembly. It just started like today. I was watching some compos before starting to record this video. It's bound to have some great stuff happening in there in terms of the 1K, 4K, and a demo competition as well. I also heard of good intel that the Fantasy Console competition will have some good quality entries as well. I was busy doing an entry for that, and I talked with the organizers about the compo. A couple more parties happening soon. Atwoods in Germany, Demodulation in Yandex in Russia, On Track happening on the Chaos Computer Club camp, I think it's called, in Germany. Silly Venture happening in Poland. A week later, we go from Atari to all platforms with Xenium. Also very good. I guess it's the biggest current demo party in Poland that is open to all platforms. Silly Venture is the biggest in terms of retro computing, Atari focused. Chill-E-Venture focuses very much on Atari. I think they also have a few other platforms there, but it's mostly Atari. Xenium is open to all platforms, so both of them should have very good quality releases, considering the quality of the Polish demo scene. Jumalauta will be celebrating the 23rd years of existence with a demo party of their own in Hamelina. Blackbirdie, a LAN party that has a demo scene section in Uppsala in Sweden, will also take place at the end of August, and the Undefined Summer Party in Russia will also happen. And then in September, we'll have Function and Nordlicht at the same time in Hungary and Germany, respectively. SpecEPL party happening in Poland, and Deadline later in the month. So yeah, a lot of parties still happening, and quite a few being announced as well for October. November is usually the quieter month, and December also a bit quiet, except for the very end. Usually there's like a Tomb party or an end of the year sort of live stream happening. So let's see what happens there. And of course, there's the Inertia Demo Party supposedly happening 1 to 3 of December, if we can secure a place, which we should be doing soon. So yeah, more news on that. But yeah, hope to catch you on the next demo party. Hope you enjoyed the content of this video. Everything on the description below, everything on the playlist as usual. Happy to hear your feedback. If you think I missed something that I should have talked more about, if you have any news for me or anything that I would like me to cover, please get in touch. You can find me on Discord, you can find me on Twitter, you can find, or X as it's called now. You can find me on the Fediverse, just send me an email, whatever is more convenient for you. Anyways, if you enjoyed this video, see you next time. Bye bye everybody. Have a great day. Watch some cool demos at Assembly. Take care.